Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. And today it's another Patreon edition for those of you who follow me at patreon.com/FalconPaladin and subscribe to me for at least $1 a month. You're going to see this a month before anybody else. And thank you again for supporting me. Alright, so here we are in Eternal Empire. This is from Katowice, the group stages. It's going to be TY versus Serral. Bottom of 10 corner, we have the red Zerg player. It is the Finnish Serral. And in the top right-hand corner, it is the blue Terran player TY. Hailing from Korea, extremely terrifying. This is going to be a good one, guys. I can feel it in my bones. A super-duper high-level TVT. You will not find better players on Earth for their respective races, I don't think. I know Serral didn't win Katowice. Spoiler alert for anyone who didn't actually know the results of that particular tournament. I know TY didn't win it either. So these are not the best, at least not the best as of like February 2020, but who knows? Maybe today they are. That's just how these things fluctuate, you know what I mean? So Serral not doing anything crazy. 16, 18, 17, TY doing the same story. Building the racks at home, going for a Reaper, it sure looks like. And we have a blast from the past Reaper name here for you next. And yeah, that Reaper's name is going to be Tim Allen. And the instructions for this one is just make some grunting noises. I assume you know the ones. And yeah, I think I do. That, man. Home Improvement, show I used to watch when I was a kid. It was on Friday nights, I want to say, on the local TV, and it was a good time. I remember watching it especially with one of my friends, my friend Shane, that I kind of grew up with. His parents and my parents were friends. He lived about 40 minutes away, though, so it's not like we saw each other all the time. But, you know, go hang out, do a sleepover every once in a while, have a good time. He'd come over, too, and then I think he moved to, like, California. I don't know exactly where. He moved to California when I was probably 10 or 11, so I really never saw him again. And then his parents moved back to Utah probably when I was like 22 or 23. So I went to his wedding. So I saw him briefly there, but like we hadn't seen each other in a decade. We didn't really have anything in common anymore, I don't think. And then it's funny because I actually see his mom fairly often. Because again, his mom and my mom are friends. So I'll just go over to my parents' house and it's like, oh, hey, how's it going? How's Shane doing? She's like, he's doing great. It's like, fantastic. Anyway, it's weird, man. Being an adult with knowing, like, kind of being friends with people you were friends with when you were kids, but not really. It's a weird place to be. TY's going for a quick third base. The Reaper's not doing much. Tim Allen. I guess the point of that story was that, it was Home Improvement. Used to watch it at his house. His parents would actually go out. They'd go to dinner or something, and he would stay home and be in charge of his little sister. We'd, like, send her to bed at, like, 6 because he was a mean older brother. And then we would just eat junk food and watch Home Improvement. So, Serral doesn't have a third base. Nor is he sending the queen over to try to clear this out. Nor is he taking a third base anywhere else. I'm kind of confused as to what Serral is doing here, you guys. Oh, well, it's a lair. And it's a second gas. And are we getting a Roach Warren? This is crazy. I mean, that is a quick third base from TY. If this turns into some kind of a two-base attack out of Serral and TY doesn't see it, he might just die. This could turn into a sneaky two for y'all. So hold on to your butts for this. I am shocked Serral doesn't have a third base. He hasn't taken this one either. I thought for sure he would have just taken this one for the third and called it a day. But this is a 4-minute third base out of Serral. I don't think TY could have played this any better if he had brought his lucky rabbit's foot to Katowice. Reaper, my gosh. Tim Allen comes in, sees the lair, sees the second gas, sees the third gas, and is going to see the fourth gas. Oh, he even gets a drone kill before he gets taken out. Okay, I mean, TY at this point needs tanks. He's going for a tech lab. Oh, a reactor on the factory, actually. Hold on. Tanks would be really good here. Spire, though. Never mind. Is he going Muta, Ling, Bane off of 2 bases? Serral, you're a crazy person, but I respect you immensely. Let's do this. Let's do this and see how it goes. Is there an engineering bay? Nope, no way to build turrets yet out of TY, but Mutas are a long way off regardless. There's no way. Like, the Spire takes approximately 800 years to complete, and by the time it's done, an engineering bay could have been done for like 10 minutes already. So I think TY's okay. I'd be shocked if he gets caught with his pants down here against the incoming Mutalisks, which I don't know what else you make here. You can't just make Corruptor. I mean, can you go Ling Bane Corruptor against Terran? Yes, I suppose you can. But I really feel like Serral tries to make a point of going Mutalisks against elite Terran players and just making S look dumb for not being able to make it work when he obviously can. I mean, TY's third base has already landed. Any sign on this creep spread is interesting too. Is he going to try to bring his queens over? It is definitely Mutalisk. So 6 mutas in production now. Double engineering bay finishing up. We're going to start some turrets is my question. And where's your army is my other question. This drop, trying to make some stuff happen, does have to unload a little bit sooner than he wanted to with the extra creep spread. Nice trick by Serral, by the way. Pooping creep out here and then dropping a creep tumor in the middle of it. A bit of a head start on your creep spread, but that's gone now. TY has effectively ruined that one for sure. So I don't know. Are we making turrets? Yeah, there's a turret, and he hasn't scanned the spire, but I feel like he must have seen the Mutalisks, right? All right. Well, the mutas have made themselves known now, and these Hellions are absolutely dead. Sorry, guys. You sacrificed yourselves for an early warning system, allowing TY to pull his Marines back. He's working on +1/+1 for them. He's got stim. He is working on combat shield. So far, enough Marines to handle those mutas, but the Marines are not as able to fly as the Mutalisks are, as it turns out. Good control. Again, this is what Serral can do. He can make a handful of Mutalisks and just make them extremely cost efficient. You and I can't do this. If you're watching this, you can't make mutas as efficient as Serral can. I haven't seen another Zerg player do this against a Terran as well as Serral has today. He's making a handful of banelings. He's got a bunch more. Centrifugal Hooks is almost done. Is he going to wait for it? Oh, look at the bait here. The Mutalisks are bait. There's a tank sitting here, and actually TY getting back into position. Centrifugal Hooks finishing 2-1. Look at that timing. It finishes, and it's go time. Tank down, trying to wipe out this army, and you know what? That tank is also down. The banelings are rolling on in. The mutas are trying to get some stuff done. The high ground Marines are accomplishing a lot here. The banelings getting inside the main base. The split by TY is good. The target firing looks like it may be good enough as well. But, oh, the banelings coming in from both sides. SCVs! 1924 SCVs down. Lings rolling in to the third base, causing major problems. And Serral with an extremely well-controlled, well-timed Mutalisk Ling Baneling attack has brought TY down to 28 workers, 63 total supply, and TY is in trouble. He is in trouble right now. My brain tried to remember what the Spanish word for trouble was there because I've been watching a lot of Narcos Colombia. It's actually funny because Narcos Mexico came out, and people were like, you should watch it, but you should watch Colombia first. And I was like, oh, okay. So I went in and I was like, okay, Narcos Season 1, Episode 1 is a muted eyes. And apparently, Netflix considers Narcos Mexico to be its own show. So, Season 1 episode of Narcos Mexico is Episode 1 of Narcos Mexico. But anyway, it's weird. I just feel like it should be one big show. Narcos, Season 1, Season 2 are Colombia. Season 3 and Season 4 are in Mexico. Whatever. It's cool. Third base still a shambles. TY needs to make something happen with this attack. I'm looking at it. I'm feeling like something needs to happen. Okay, killing some banelings before they can morph is really nice. Banelings coming in from the backside, though. And again, just utter problems right now. Problemas. I made that up. That I'm trying to cognate English into Spanish. But, yeah, this group, they might... Okay, the banelings, never mind. We're done. Just getting some of these medevacs would be really good, too. Really, really good. Hey, speaking of StarCraft... Did you know that I cast for Africa TV? Live StarCraft tournaments featuring players like Cure, like TY, like Serral, like Bomber. Just getting people to come play on africatv.com/laughingames. There's been a link in the description many times. It's once every 2 weeks, usually on the weekends. So please come watch me cast live StarCraft with incredible players. We actually, the last one, well, anyway, a recent one when you're watching this is a 2v2 tournament. Which, tons of fun. Pro players playing 2v2 against other 2-player teams. Immense amounts of fun. I think you really enjoy it if you catch it. Anyway, Serral's taking a fourth base. Couple SCVs down. I mean, income right now is highly, highly favoring Serral. It's largely favored him so far in the last 10 minutes, but lately it's been really, really nice for him. Without a doubt. TY is going for a +2 attack for his Marines. Working on +1 flyer now is Serral, and then 1/1 for his Lings and his Banelings, which indicates he wasn't actually wasn't going for upgrades before now, which I know, Captain Obvious, but still. 10 minutes in, he has no upgrades for anything yet, except for, obviously, speed and except for Baneling centrifugal hooks. We do have a drop in the main base, which is fairly terrifying. The army is really out of position here. Dude, they can deny the +1 melee here. They are going for it. They're going for the plus. They're going to get the +1 melee. And denied. However, this army up north not doing very well for themselves. Forced to pick up and flee. Dude, that +1 melee attack denial is massive. This game is a good game. I've labeled this good in my brain already. Will it reach epic status? I don't know. Drop down to the third. Does get cleaned up. The army up north gets chased away, but 9 drones are killed, and that hurts a bit. It is TY's actually up in workers right now. Would you believe? I mean, you would. He's lost 43 SCVs in the first 10 minutes, and he's up on worker count compared to Serral. That, I mean, just a testament to his harassment and Terran's ability to recoup their losses economically like no other race really can. I mean, you'd think Zerg could, but the thing is, Zerg have to spend larva to replace those workers, and Terran just has to make them out of their orbital commands, which isn't an opportunity cost for anything else. So that's the trick. We have seen Zerg players absolutely recoup their economy after losing it, but that means they don't have any larva left for army, and then the follow-up attack kills them. Whereas with Terran, that's not really the case. Plus, their defensive capabilities are stronger. You can't really just walk into a Terran base and wipe it out like you can with a Zerg if they don't have an army, a huge army, you know what I mean? Just the walls are nice, the tanks are nice. It's how Terran is built. They're a more defensive race, and they should have those advantages. Meanwhile, I thought Serral for sure wasn't going to make many more Mutalisks after the initial 20 or so, but he's still going. He's lost 9 of them. He's got 21. He's at the edges here. This feels so much like Brood War. If you don't watch my Brood War casts, you might be missing out. I know a lot of you people don't only watch one or the other. If you watch the StarCraft 2, you don't enjoy the Brood War, but that kind of stuff there. Mutalisks picking off Marines at the edge of a group of Marines. Incredible control. That's what Brood War is. It's a lot of kind of that stuff, especially in the early game. And then just incredible control throughout the rest. The target firing here from TY is fantastic. Mutalisks really want to pick off this tank. The Marines not really in a position to save it. But yeah, we're 12 minutes in. It's pretty even. Looking across the bottom here, army supply, workers, overall supply, APMs in the 300s for each. Here goes nothing. That tank is definitely dead. And engaging off creep here is Serral. I don't know that I agree with this. The splits and the target firing are good, but there's so many Banelings. Holy crap, so many Banelings. That tank is alive. That tank is alive with 3 HP and 18 kills. Reinforcements from TY do come in to make sure it's not a total massacre for the Zerg player. But Serral sitting on 4 bases, TY sitting on 3. Nobody really feels confident enough to expand here at 13 minutes, which is extremely odd. Mutalisks continuing to be annoying. Trying to kill some of them medevacs. We are looking at 6 of them have been killed so far. There are 7 in the sky. TY still making medevacs. He recognizes that when you're playing bio, a high medevac count is the difference between winning and losing, especially against Zerg in a lot of cases. Just kidding. TY has a 4th base. I was calling him out for being afraid. Serral is taking his own 5th base down here towards the south. Or, I don't know, the 530 position, whatever you want to call it. The Mutas are being incredibly active. But I think they're worried about Widow Mines because they haven't really come back around the mineral lines recently. Let's see if he goes. Is he going to go? I mean, there are no Widow Mines. For some reason, TY decided he's going to take down this Ling Bling Muta player without any Widow Mines at all, which I don't necessarily agree with. That said, it is Serral and his controls is stupid, and Mutalisks can take out Widow Mines before they fire if you have good control, which, again, I already mentioned, Serral totally does. So far, he's been able to hold off. He hasn't lost a hatch yet, which is massive. No command centers, no orbitals have died either. The Marines are working on +3 attack here at 14 minutes. The upgrades are a little bit late for both players, but it was a pretty crazy first couple minutes there, I want to say. Serral showed up and did a big-time hit to TY, and to do that, he had to sacrifice his own upgrade timings, and we're just kind of starting to get back on in here. Plus, the denial of that +2 melee attack from TY was humongous, too. Ling's running on up, trying to go for maybe a single attack. They could probably take that down. I don't know. I don't know. This is a lot of army from Terran, though. This is a lot of army from Terran setting up. And is he just he's just sacking his fourth? Serral sacking his fourth. He's going to go for it. This is a desperate situation for him. He's actually going to try to take down the third to pay for the death of his own fourth. And you know what? I think he's got it. Ling's on top of the missile turret. Reinforcing units coming in. There's too many Mutalisks, though. Not enough Marines, and definitely not enough Widow Mines because there are 0 Widow Mines. Muta's deciding, you know what? I haven't seen any Widow Mines today. Let's go ahead and just get into the main base and do some things. Trying to take down the 5th base. It does get temporarily saved here, but there are no air units down south to handle these medevacs, which is a problem. 19 SCVs have gone down. Let's make it an even 20, says Serral. There are no flying units to handle this drop style right now. Unloading places where the Lings can't go. Just kidding. Serral's got defense everywhere. So he's going to hold on to his 5th, which is massive. It is down to 200 hit points. The Muta's continuing to try to whittle down to that worker count of TY. He's down to 43 workers. The income here, a little bit up and down so far, but definitely favoring Serral over the last couple of minutes. The most recently, how many SCVs have died? 67? 67 SCVs have died in this game, you guys. The hatch goes down! He gets the 5th hatch. TY making it happen. He loses his 3rd, but he does kill 2 bases in recompense. And now Serral's effectively is a 3-basing Zerg versus a 3-basing Terran, which is bad. Okay, he did actually get a hatch up on this left side. So he's a 4-basing Zerg versus a 3-basing Terran. This has been some of the best back and forth I've seen in his EVT in some time. Again, this could earn the epic tag as I'm looking at it here today. We'll see where we go with it. We'll see if we can get there or not. We're 16 minutes in. Serral's taking a sneaky ninja base in the top left, which that is not a natural expansion pattern by any stretch. He has no creep up that way at all. This is definitely him trying to sneak it and hoping that TY won't scan there or scout there and kill it. It's going to be hard to defend, but also it might be safer than expanding in a traditional location based on how well TY has done at picking off hatcheries. There are so many Mutalisks, you guys. There are 28 Mutas, and 24 of them have gone down. Serral is committed to this Muta-Ling Bling strategy, which we have not seen be in vogue in StarCraft 2 since, I think, Heart of the Swarm. That was kind of the thing. We saw a ton of it way back in 2014, 2015, but not here. Not in Legacy of the Void. Serral trying to make this thing happen with Mutalisks. I almost feel like he's trying to make a statement, you know? You guys think Mutas are bad, I'm going to go for it. I mean, TY's helping him by making 0 Widow Mines. I really feel like if there were Widow Mines out, we wouldn't have seen... Oh, he found it. We would not have seen the Muta count get this high without question. And he's making Thors for the first time today, which is, again, strange. Usually, you see your first handful of Mutas and you make a Thor. It's just incredibly useful. Here comes the army to try to handle this ninja base. There are some Lings and Banelings here. There are... Oh, man, you know what? We're going to jump on this. All right, leaving some Marauders in as sacrificial lambs, and then let's fight on creep, says Serral. That seems like a better idea. We get that speed bonus. You know how it is. You know how it is. Finally, a hive coming in for Serral at 18 minutes. Finally getting +1 attack for his mech right now is TY. The engagement and the hatch is saved. Serral has enough army up here. He's got 2/2 on him. Obviously not adrenal glands because he doesn't have a hive yet, but the Mutaflock is just really trying to make sure that TY stays on his side of the map as much as possible, is what it is. So Serral back on 5 bases. Actually, 6 bases. And taking a 7th where TY is on 4. We'll give him 4 bases and 51 workers. But man, in a game where you've lost 74 SCVs in the first 15 minutes, I don't like his chances, you guys. I'm just saying right now. Banelings, target firing down, and the planetary fortress is out. The Muta's finishing the killing blow there, but I think that leaves the ninja base really exposed, and suddenly we're looking at a dead hatch and maybe a bunch of dead drones here too if they can't get out of there fast enough, which they're not exactly really super fast, are they? Engineering bays getting taken down. 3-3's already done though. For TY, he has a massive upgrade advantage on Serral right now. At least with his bio. The Mutaflock is so annoying, though. Look how annoying these Mutalisks are. Just flying in as they please. Trying to set up on this low ground. That is so many Banelings, though. That is a lot of Banelings, guys. Yeah, Thor's tanks out. Bio getting ripped apart. Mutalisks chasing these Medivacs down and trying to kill them. Are there enough Marines here to save these Medivacs? I don't think there are, though. Medivac count is getting lower and lower by the minute. Are there enough Marines to save them? I don't think there are. This base is up, and that's your good game. Serral gets the win. What an incredibly scrappy match there. Hit that like if you enjoyed that one. Both players losing over 30,000 resources in the game. Serral losing more, obviously. Ended up losing 3 hatches, which was a problem. But I really think 85 SCVs down is just too much to overcome, even if you're a Terran player who is used to coming back from situations like that. Yeah, I mean, let me tell you something. I usually choose these replays based on how big the replay file is. And this one was 700 kilobytes. Your average replay file in this pack from Katowice is like 150. Like maybe 200. A 400 is usually a pretty good game. A 700 kilobyte game means this was nonstop action for 20 minutes. A slower 700 kilobyte game would be like 30, 35 minutes long. No, not from these players. They played fast. They played hard. There was no let up on any side here today, and it led to the game that we got. That was fantastic. I don't think it deserves an epic tag, but it was still really, really good. Boy, I hope you enjoyed that because I really enjoyed casting it too. So end of the day, like I said, bunch of buildings down, but only 18 drones killed, which is really acceptable losses for any Zerg player, really. And again, usually you see Terran players implement Widow Mines. If your opponent's going for Mutalisks, Widow Mines and Thors are the order of the day. And at the end of the day, there was one Thor made. 1 Thor and 0 Widow Mines made. So I don't know. TY made some mistakes in this game. I got to say, I feel like there are some things he could have done better. But you know what? I think that's true about all of us in every game we ever play. We all have things we can improve, for sure. I kind of like Serral's response to his third base getting blocked. He's like, you know what? We're going to get a lair, we're going to get fast mutas, and we're going to kill some stuff. It was nice. I mean, he lost his third base in recompense, but at the end of the day, he got the win. He was fast. He was speedy. He didn't have to worry about Thor Splash or Widowmine Splash. He got a ton of Banelings. He never got that 3-3. He had that 2-2 for his melee units, and the 3-3 was done for TY, but he was just overwhelmed is the problem. His economy, if we look at it here, yeah, I mean, it was Serral pretty much for the last 10 minutes. There are little tiny victories there for TY here and there, but Serral owned it from the last 5 minutes onward. No advantage can be seen for TY, and the Zerg player gets the win. So fantastic. Fantastic stuff. All right, well, that is going to be it from me. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.